watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted best of Pahrump for 4 years. Give them a call, 775-727-9900. News 25 is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating, new, service, and repair. Call Gunny's, 775-727-6800.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 at Ace Country Radio, streaming at KPVM.TV, now on Roku devices on this Thursday, August 13th, 2026. Good evening, I'm Chris Palermo, in for UNet Gentry. There was a two-vehicle collision earlier this afternoon in Pahrump, the very busy intersection of Basin Avenue and Highway 160. Both drivers were transported to Desert View Hospital, and News 25 was on the scene.
At around 1 p.m. today, August 13th, a two-vehicle collision occurred at the intersection of Highway 160 and Basin Avenue, involving a gold Dodge Grand Caravan and a white Hyundai Tucson. According to the preliminary investigation and eyewitness accounts, the Hyundai was traveling southbound on Highway 160 when the driver of the caravan attempted to turn left from the highway onto westbound Basin Avenue. The minivan then struck the side of the Hyundai. The impact caused the minivan's airbags to deploy. Both drivers were transported to Desert View Hospital with injuries of unknown severity. Westbound Basin Avenue was completely closed at the intersection, along with the left turn lane from southbound Highway 160 onto westbound Basin. Eastbound Basin was reduced to one lane approaching the intersection while emergency crews treated the drivers, investigated the collision, and cleared the roadway. The crash was cleared by approximately 2 p.m., and the affected lanes were reopened.
Brought to you by Pahrump Spine and Wellness. Injured? Call them today. They work with 5 of the best personal injury attorneys in Pahrump. You only have one spine. Take care of it.
Now, Nevaeh Miller was in a Pahrump courtroom today and entered a guilty plea that still enabled her to maintain her innocence. This is in connection to the murder of Joey Perry, who was killed in 2025 on July 5th. News 25's Cristy Willis was there and has more in our report.
On Wednesday, August 13th, Nevaeh Miller was back in court for her arraignment, this time appearing before Senior Judge Villani. During the hearing, Miller entered an Alford plea to a charge of accessory to open murder with use of a deadly weapon. An Alford plea allows a defendant to plead guilty while maintaining their innocence, acknowledging that prosecutors have sufficient evidence that can result in a conviction. According to Deputy District Attorney Keith Brower, the state believed it could prove that Miller assisted in disposing of cell phones used by Carlos Blakely and Anthony Aguilar following the 2025 murder of Joey Perry. Prosecutors allege those phones could have connected Blakely and Aguilar to the crime. The state alleges Miller's efforts to help hide or dispose of the phones led to the accessory charge.
We would have shown that in Nye County on or between July 5th, 2025 and July 22nd, 2025 in Pahrump Township, Nye County, Nevada, that this defendant did attempt to help Carlos Blakely and or Anthony Aguilar and or others assist in trying to hide or dispense of their cell phone that would potentially tie them to the crime, so aided and attempted to aid them in destroying evidence or having evidence that would not be located. Again, we would show that all that occurred here in Nye County after the murder of Mr. Perry that occurred on July 5th of 2025.
Thank you, ma'am. You understand the court will rely on those facts just stated by the Deputy District Attorney in determining whether or not there's a factual basis for you to accept your plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's speak out loud.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
During an August 2025 hearing, Miller's defense requested that she be released on her own recognizance or placed on house arrest. Her attorney described Miller as a young person who made a, quote, stupid decision by claiming she possessed Blakely's phone and that the phone belonged to a family member. Prosecutors opposed her release at the time, arguing Miller posed a danger to the community and citing a video circulating online that allegedly showed her rapping about Perry's death while while holding what appeared to be a firearm and using explicit language. Also in 2025, Miller was placed on 1-year probation after pleading guilty to a charge stemming from a separate domestic incident involving her grandmother the previous July. Under the terms discussed in court on Wednesday, Miller is expected to receive probation that includes mental health counseling, with the state agreeing to argue for no additional jail time. If Miller successfully completes probation, she would be allowed to withdraw her Alford plea and instead plead guilty to 1 count of disorderly conduct and receive credit for her time already served.
Ms. Miller has agreed to plead guilty pursuant to Alford to attempt accessory to open murder with use of a deadly weapon, a Category D felony. We waive any defects in the pleading documents. The parties have agreed that we're going to stipulate to probation with mental health counseling as a condition of probation. The estate agrees to argue for no additional jail time as a condition of probation, and if Ms. Miller successfully completes probation, I will be able to file, and the state will join a request to allow her to withdraw this plea, and then she'll plead guilty to the misdemeanor of disorderly conduct with sentence for credit for time served.
Is that correct, State?
It is, Judge, and it's a conditional plea. She'll be afforded the opportunity to withdraw her plea if the agreement isn't followed.
Do you understand that this particular charge can be treated as a felony or a gross misdemeanor at the time of sentencing?
Yes, sir.
If the court decides to treat this as a felony at the time of sentencing, the court can sentence you to no more than 4 years, no less than 1 year in prison, and you can also be fined up to $5,000. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
If the court decides it treats this matter as a gross misdemeanor at the time of sentencing, the court can sentence you to no more than 364 days in jail, and you can also be fined up to $2,000.
Yes, sir.
You understand that sentencing is strictly up to the court. No one can promise you probation.
Miller is scheduled to return to court on September 24th for sentencing.
And of course, we'll continue to follow that story. It is officially Raiders Nation season. A preseason matchup between the Raiders and the Arizona Cardinals just kicked off, and Mikey Roohan has that and more in sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. The Raiders open the preseason by taking on the Arizona Cardinals tonight. This will be the 19th all-time preseason meeting between the Raiders and the Cardinals, and their second in 2 seasons. Arizona beat Las Vegas 20-10 last year, but it was the preseason, so nobody had to delete their fantasy football app. The game is underway, just kicked off at 5 p.m. The Raiders will try to earn a little revenge, or at least make sure everyone's shoulder pads are on correctly. The Nevada State champions have opened regional play with back-to-back victories. Paseo Verde first steamrolled Wyoming 12-0, then held off Utah 4-3. Paseo Verde enters Friday's Mountain Region Championship with a perfect 2-0 record. First pitch is scheduled for 2 p.m. in San Bernardino, California. The winner advances to the Little League World Series. No pressure, kids. Just the biggest game of your young lives, while the adults nervously eat sunflower seeds. Las Vegas Aces host the Washington Mystics this evening at Michelob Ultra Arena. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. The Aces will look to make some magic disappear from the Mystics. And yes, I've been saving that one all day. The Las Vegas Aviators lost to the Sacramento River Cats Wednesday night, 7-3. They'll play again tonight at 7:05, giving the Aviators another chance to even the series, and reminding us that River Cats still sound like something you'd chase away from your campsite. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you, Mikey. Well, our resident celebrity chef, Alicia Chevatone, has got a really tasty treat coming up, a simple recipe. And of course, the ever-changing weather forecast. You're watching News 25.
Hi, I'm attorney Jonathan Nelson of J.K. Nelson Law. If you're going through a divorce, dealing with custody or child support issues, or any other family matters, give us a call today at 775-727-9900. We have a team dedicated to protecting your interests and defending your rights. Let us show you why we've been recognized by Best of Las Vegas and have received Best Attorney in Pahrump for the past 4 years. We're conveniently located to meet and provide you with a free consultation on your legal matter. So give us a call today. Again, 727-9900.
We love you, Pahrump. Thank you for making the Auto Plaza #1 in Nye County. We are incredibly grateful for your support and proud to be serving our community now for 20 years. Whether you're looking to replace or service your vehicle, consider this. We offer dozens of new GM models in cars, trucks, and SUVs, plus hundreds of the highest quality pre-owned vehicles for sale in Southern Nevada. Our all-star service team is here to keep your vehicle running in tip-top shape. The factory-trained and ASE certified technicians here can work on most makes and models, and we carry the latest in diagnostic and preventative maintenance tools to get the job done. Visit PahrumpCars.com to check out our current selection of vehicles, schedule a service appointment, or even order factory accessories for your ride. Don't forget to stop by the Auto Plaza and get a free alignment check before you hit the open road, or visit PahrumpCars.com.
MyPillow's second annual mega sale is finally here. Get our patented premium MyPillows that adjust to your exact individual needs to give you the best sleep of your life.
When I got MyPillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
Now for the lowest price ever. Kings, $19.98, Queens, only $18.98. And Giza Dream bed sheets, the best sheets in history, for as low as $29.98. Lux Pure 6-piece towel sets, towels that actually dry you, what a concept, now only $39.98. And our made in the USA mattresses and mattress toppers as low as $99.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of our second annual mega sale. But that's not all. Order right now and we'll ship your order absolutely free.
To sit with a dog on a glorious day is like heaven. When the right dog finds the right human, it's as if it always was and always will be. They protect each other, love each other, teach each other. More importantly, they never let the other down.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Chris Palermo in for Unette Gentry tonight. Our resident Las Vegas celebrity chef, Lisa Chevatone, is back now with an easy-to-make variation of the German chocolate cake, but this time it's in the form of monkey bread. Her food segments air right here weekly and are exclusive to News 25.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Alicia at Home. I'm Alicia Chevatone, chef and cookbook author here in Southern Nevada, and I'm getting a little bit nostalgic today. Remembering when I was a kid, my favorite cake that my mom used to bake for me was German chocolate cake. So I figured since I'm not really a baker, I would turn a very savory appetizer that you guys might be familiar with called monkey bread into a fun dessert and a fun take on German chocolate cake. So today we're making German chocolate monkey bread. And I wasn't familiar with monkey bread actually until a few years ago when I saw it online, and I thought, how fun. All it really takes is refrigerated biscuit dough. This comes right out of the grocery store, refrigerated canned biscuits. They come 8 to a can. So what you do is just simply quarter the biscuits, each one into 4 pieces. And the first thing we're gonna do, and an integral part of, German chocolate cake, is the chocolate. So I'm gonna drizzle probably a good 2 to 3 tablespoons of chocolate syrup right in the bottom of a loaf pan. Now I should specify that this is a bit of a smaller format dessert. If you follow me, you might know that my company is called Dink Cuisine and I focus on recipes for 2 DINK stands for dual income, no kids. So I like to cook a lot of my desserts in loaf pans rather than having to break out a big cake pan, or in this particular case, how monkey bread is often baked is in a bundt pan, which, as you know, is a huge portion as compared to what a loaf pan is going to give you. So we have our nice layer, and by the way, I did put a nice little mist of non-stick cooking spray in here. We've got our chocolate syrup on the bottom, and we're going to put roughly, I don't know, probably about 4 biscuits worth of this quartered biscuit dough right on the bottom. And it's going to be followed by a layer of my German chocolate frosting. Now, German chocolate frosting, of course, you can purchase at the grocery store if you'd like, but I want to tell you that it's extremely easy to make. It's basically, for this portion that you would need here, 1 egg yolk, 7 ounces of sweetened condensed milk, and about a 1/4 cup of butter. You cook that over medium heat on the stove in a pot for about 5 minutes or so until it thickens, and then you're going to add about 1/2 cup of chopped pecans and 1/2 cup of shredded coconut, and then you get this beautiful frosting just like this. We're going to put a layer of about half of this frosting. I'm going to spread it out. I'm going to do a whole layer again. We're going to bake this, and then you're going to see it's going to come out just like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to invert this onto a plate so that it's going to be served upside down, where people can just take a fork and take off little bites of this fantastic German chocolate monkey bread. Stay tuned and watch how this all comes out. And just like that, here we have our German chocolate monkey bread. And as you saw, I took a little butter knife and I simply ran it around the perimeter of the loaf pan just to make sure that everything was loosened up, so that by the time I put a plate over the pan and I inverted it, it came out basically cleanly. Now, it might not be the prettiest little dessert at the beauty contest, but let me tell you, it tastes fantastic. Maybe a final drizzle of some chocolate sauce for our German chocolate monkey bread. Make sure to keep it tuned here for more easy and creative recipes right here on Alicia at Home on News 25 KPVM.
Thanks, Alicia. We'll skip dinner and just go right to that. A new study is offering a surprising look at how inhaled cannabis may affect the heart. However, researchers caution that findings should not be interpreted as evidence that cannabis is good for cardiovascular health.
Researchers at the University of California, San Francisco tracked 108 adults who regularly smoked or vaped cannabis but had no history of a diagnosed heart rhythm disorder. During the 14-day study, participants were randomly assigned to either use inhaled cannabis or abstain on different days. Each person wore devices that continuously monitored their heartbeat, physical activity, sleep, and glucose levels. Researchers found participants experienced approximately 9% fewer premature heartbeats on days they inhaled cannabis. The reduction was primarily seen in premature atrial contractions or early heartbeats originating in the heart's upper chambers. No significant difference was found in premature contractions beginning in the heart's lower chambers. Researchers also reported no meaningful changes in daily steps, sleep duration, or glucose levels. The results contradicted the researchers' original expectations. However, they emphasized the study only examined the short-term effects of cannabis among habitual users. It did not evaluate long-term cardiovascular consequences or people with existing heart conditions. Researchers say the findings should not be interpreted as proof that cannabis protects the heart or used as a reason to begin or continue using it. Instead, the results may help scientists better understand the biological processes responsible for abnormal heart rhythms.
All right, weather forecast coming up. Maybe you're going down to Allegiant to see Guns N' Roses. Want to do some tailgating? We'll let you know how it's going to be.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Get Lerner and Rowe.
Get your check. Get Lerner and Rowe.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Get Lerner and Rowe.
Get smart. Get Lerner and Rowe.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
If you've been in a recent auto accident, don't ignore the extent of the injuries. A 30-mile-an-hour accident creates up to 3,000 foot-pounds of force to the spine, equivalent to falling off a 2-story building. At Pahrump Spine and Wellness, we offer a complimentary exam and consultation to determine the extent of your injuries. We also work with 5 of the best injury attorneys here in Pahrump. Why drive to Vegas? We have state-of-the-art facility right here. Time is money. Don't waste it on the highway. Get the best care and legal advice here in town.
What if I told you one medical mistake could steal your voice? I'm Ava Bentley. I sang for fun, dreaming of country stages. Then a devastating medical error damaged my vocal cords, and sometime later, heart failure silencing that dream in an instant. But I refused to let that be the end of my story.
Strike a chord where her comeback found.
In Nevada, anything that goes into the storm drain goes directly to our local waterways, which can pollute Nevada's lakes and rivers. Those old chemicals dumped outside, they don't just disappear. They go right into our waterways. Only rain should go in the storm drain. Discard household chemicals properly. Use waterway wisdom. And remember, only rain should go into the storm drain. Join us in working together to preserve our water resources for future generations of Nevadans.
We've done it again! Another $1 billion recovered on behalf of our injured clients in the last 3 years alone.
In a wreck and need a check? When you need results, call Lerner and Rowe.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo in for Unette Gentry, and thank you for listening to the radio simulcast on 95.9 Ace Country. Don't let the heat fool you. Monsoon season brings a whole different kind of weather to the desert. From sudden downpours to treacherous flash floods, Valley Electric wants to remind you that waiting until the sky opens up is way too late. Proactive preparation is crucial to protecting your property and ensuring your family's safety.
This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Valley Electric and its family of companies focused on serving our members. We're better together.
Monsoon season can bring summer storms. Here's Storm Prep 101. Get organized before the storm strikes. Store an emergency supply kit in an easy-to-find spot. Make sure it includes water, a 3-day supply, 1 gallon per person per day, tools, a flashlight, batteries, a manual can opener, and hand radio. A first aid kit. Include a week's supply of prescriptions and medications. And don't forget the pantry. Be sure to stock up on non-perishables. Here's a food safety tip. How long will frozen food keep during an outage? A full freezer, about 48 hours. A half full freezer, about 24 hours. If your freezer isn't full, group items close together. And remember, when in doubt, throw it out. Try the quarter test. If a major storm is on the way, use a simple trick to test if items in your freezer are safe to eat after a power outage. Before the storm, place a cup of water in your freezer. When it's frozen, put a quarter on top. Leave it in your freezer. If the quarter is where you left it after the power is restored, your food is safe. If the quarter has fallen, the frozen water has thawed. It's best to toss the food. Here are some generator safety tips. Keep generators away from water. Never use a generator inside the home. Never connect it to your home's electrical system. Always let the generator cool down before refueling. Install carbon monoxide detectors. Here's a medical equipment reminder. If someone in your home uses life-sustaining equipment powered by electricity, let us know so we can note it on your account. Have a backup power source on hand or make arrangements to move to a temporary location if you lose power. If you have any questions, call Valley Electric at 775-727-5312.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
It's the Lerner and Rowe Weather Cam. Yes, that is in Pahrump, but we're looking towards Death Valley. Was driving in today, 86 degrees, was comfortable. But hey, don't get the pumpkin spice lattes ready just yet. We still have plenty of heat and maybe some rain on the way.
Loving your Valley Communications internet?
Now you can share it.
We're introducing our VCA referral program.
So when you refer a friend who signs up,
you get a free month of internet.
Good internet is better when shared. Refer a friend to VCA. When they sign up, you receive a free month of internet. Learn more about the referral program at valleycom.com. Valley Communications. Local, affordable, reliable.
America is great and Pahrump is awesome. We have room for our furry friends, and when it's time to care for them, we have the best feed store, Shadow Mountain Feed. Who did Siegfried and Roy call on when their dolphin quit eating? Shadow Mountain Feed. They developed a nutrition solution right in their store. From elephants to dogs and everything in between, they have what you need to feed, grow, and show your animals. They have everything except bread. Don't go there for bread. Shadow Mountain Feed, your one-stop care center for your best friends. At 2371 West Bella Vista, call 775-727-5527.
Saving a life begins with a choice. We can trace it back to a single moment. Your choice to give blood. It all begins with you.
Because of you, life doesn't stop.
Give blood today.
come on, Curtis! Curtis! Oh my God, what did you do? Curtis, wake up, come on, come on. Hold on.
When it comes to an overdose, naloxone can mean the difference between life and death. And calling 911 gets them the help they need. Give CPR, administer naloxone, and call 911. It can save a life.
Weather is sponsored by the Nevada Dairy Farmers and the Dairy Council of Nevada, sharing the love of all things dairy. Celebrate the best moments with milk. Milk the moment. And the weather is also brought to you by the Ponderosa Dairy, Nevada's largest dairy, fresh from our farm to your table.
Hello, Romy here on this thankful Thursday. Let's take a look at our surrounding areas. Fernley, Fallon, Carson City, and Tonopah, we're in the low 80s and high 70s. Goldfield, we have a high of 81, Beatty at 93, and Ragosa with a high of 96, Las Vegas with a high of 90, and Death Valley at 108. Currently here in Pahrump, it is 89 degrees and partly cloudy. The high today was 90 degrees, winds coming from the south-southeast at 14 miles per hour, humidity at 28%, and the sunrise was at 6:01 a.m. And tonight, the sunset will be at 7:36, humidity at 27%, winds coming from the southeast at 13 miles per hour, and the low will be 74 degrees. Now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Friday, it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 94, Saturday a high of 95, Sunday at 99, Monday and Tuesday partly cloudy with our highs in the hundreds, Wednesday we have a high of 102, and Thursday we have a high of 101 degrees. And that was the weather. Now back to the desk. Here's Chris.
Thank you, Romy. The wind was blowing the rain sideways in my neck of the woods last night, and we are in monsoon season. We could get a chance of rain anytime, and we're looking again at those triple digits will return. This is Chris Palermo in for Unette Gentry tonight. Make it a great night.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Garner, and I'm working with Save the Children to fight for kids' futures. Poverty impacts 11 million children in the U.S., forcing families to make impossible choices. Every day, parents in rural America are deciding between essentials just to survive.